I'm here in the beautiful East Hill neighborhood, Pensacola, Florida, with my buddy Matt, who's got a special boiled peanut recipe. So he's invited me to his home to show us all how to make them. Let's go check it out. There's Matt.
Let's go. There's a sack of nuts. There.
Heck yeah.
30 pounds. Ball Farms. It ain't much of nothing too complicated. Just a couple of crab boil bags, a couple of chopped garlic, a few lemons, a couple habaneros, and down home country soda. Alright, Bo. Oh, mess of nuts.
So that's 35 pounds.
35 pounds of them suckers. 35 pounds of hard-boiled legumes. See, peanuts aren't actually nuts. They're a root. They're actually more of a bean. Half pea, half nut. Clever name. What we're doing here is we're gonna run the water over the peanuts. I'm gonna bury the peanuts in the water, and I'm gonna use this really to measure my water level. Then I'm gonna pull the peanuts out, and we're gonna put the fixings in. Then, when that sucker's boiling, we're gonna drop her back in. I'll be out here.
All right, and we're just gonna lift it up right here?
Yeah. It ain't hot. All right.
So you measured, you did that, that shows you your water level. Now you can remove the peanuts, add everything, and you know that when you put it back in.
We're gonna pour this water out and fill it up to the same level. We rinsed off this shit.
Okay.
That's gonna be a lot of boiled peanuts, Zachary. Hope the boys at the fire station are ready.
I won't get made fun of as bad with some spicy boiled peanuts as I did some alkaline water.
All right, so the secret recipe, well, it's not gonna be much secret after this here video. Couple blue bottles of Morton salt. You got your crab and shrimp boil. Make sure you get the Florida stuff. Don't be buying that Chinese shit. Get your 8 lemons, 2 things of chopped garlic. I like to chop better than the mince. I think it's a little bigger, a little better for the whole operation. I like a habanero of each color. That's my thing. Mix it in with the gravy. With a little bit of Jamaican jerk seasoning. Then you're in there like swimwear, baby. Come on. Because I feel like they're gonna get all the juice in there anyway. And really, they're just to, you know, take the edge off, make the water alkaline. So the hippies like the peanuts too. Hand chopped garlic, slaved over it all night. Little shit.
How many bags?
8 bags. I do about a bag per 5 pounds, 35 pound bag, about 8 bags. Technically that's 7, but 1 extra one because you never, a little extra flavor never hurt nobody.
And you can get this at Publix supermarkets.
Publix in the Florida section, not in the crab boil section, but in the Florida section, on the end cap.
Got it. For Halloween.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Beach Bum?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, but you know Zac Efron's character? That's who I want to be. Dude, that character, man.
That'd be so fun.
I love that movie anyways. Dude.
You might ask yourself, why the heck she got all the seasonings in there? Ain't got no nuts. Science. Expansion and contraction. See, with your legumes, they're gonna heat up, they're gonna expand. And they're gonna cool down. When they contract, that's when you really want them to absorb the flavor. I don't want to overcook them by warming them up in the water. And also another secret, if you put them in while the water's hot, the shells will crack. You let the shells crack and get the flavor inside of the legumes. Now you're really cooking with grease or oil or gas or whatever they call it.
Propane.
Propane. Propane and propane accessories. Now that we've simmered the lemons down to basically nothing, all you got left is the seasonings. You see here the garlic in the perfect ratio with the cumin, the smoked paprika, the celery salt, all the damn garlic in the world.
It smells delicious already.
Looking delicious. I almost want to get in there and bathe.
So Matt, tell me what you did with the lemons.
I melted them in there to get the flavor going. And then I took them out of the bucket and into the basket. That way the strainer can sit flat on the pot, because the even distribution of heat is a major key when you're cooking your peanuts.
I hear that.
All right, now that we got all the fixings melding together and the water's hot, we're gonna drop these peanuts in the water. Give them a little boil bath. So water level is important when boiling peanuts, because you can easily put too much water in the pot. Put too much water in the pot, your peanuts will float. Floating peanuts ain't no good for seasoning, because they ain't touching the flavors. So what we did earlier, we poured water in, measured the water level, the exact amount that we needed to submerge it. We pulled the peanuts out. At the same time, we rinsed them off, got all the crud, the mud, jitterbugs and the booger snot off of them.
All right, so how long, so what's the next step here? We got the peanut, we finally got the water to boil, seasons are in there, the peanuts are in the water, now what?
We're gonna let it boil. We're gonna let it boil for 6 hours or until that propane tank runs out, whatever comes first. We're gonna put the lid on it. We're gonna use these bricks to hold that lid tight. That way it gives a little bit of a pressure cooker effect, but also really, it just lets me know it ain't gonna splash over and cause a flare up when I'm not watching it, because I ain't sitting here for 6 hours. I know this video is gonna look like it, but we're gonna go have a beer after this. Oh, thank you, Jesus. It's right here.
What you got?
It's a secret sauce. Secret sauce that goes on everything. Melinda's. I love it. Full of flavor, full of heat. Not too much, just right.
All right, Matt, so when do you actually add the hot sauce?
Well, in a perfect world, we'd already put it in, but we forgot it. Stork just arrived with it, so now it's going in. Well, pop the speed cap off, because we don't need no nipples. Now I'm gonna do 2 whole bottles of this.
All right, let me see the bottle whenever you get done. I'll check that out. Smells awesome.
Like true YouTuber fashion, I'm gonna give you a bottle to take home. Don't tell me how fast I can pull my hot sauce out. All right. right, Zacharias. Stir that sucker.
All right, we just added this hot sauce. We're gonna stir it in.
Where's your coffee?
Drank. And in the trash bag.
All right, now that we've waited exactly 73 minutes, 14 seconds, 13 nanoseconds to the exact moment, we're gonna put the lid on it. Big science. We're gonna take these here yard bricks. We molded these earlier. That's another YouTube video. Subscribe and like for later. We're gonna weight down the lid. Gives a little bit of a pressure cooker effect. Also make sure prevent any flare-ups if we're not watching it for 6 straight damn hours.
Smells delicious.
But I think that gratitude is the only attitude you should have, period. Be grateful for everything you have. We have it really good in this country, believe it or not. All the bitching and moaning, pissing and whining, we kind of kill it. Just because you don't need to have a firm grip doesn't mean you need to be completely let go, you know?
Oh, and in your tag, dude. What's up, Rock? Cool, now we both got something on the blooper reel. No, I think this is what I hit. You need that? For about an hour and a half, and we're gonna check on them. Smell awesome.
Yeah, man. We're gonna cook these suckers for about 6 hours on hard boil and leave them lid on to cool down for another 6.
Driving this as if it's my truck. What's up, man?
Hey, my friend James just came in town from Virginia. We're gonna hang out a little bit. Say hey, James.
What's up, man?
We're back here at Matt's house. It's been about 8 hours. We went around and did a couple things today, but we're back now, and he's gonna fill us in.
So after precisely 8 hours of cooking, you like to bring the temperature of the water down slightly with an ice cold Busch Light. It's imperative you use Busch Light, mainly because it's brewed in America, and I like to drink it. So you get 11 more of them, waste one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Matt, I see you added something in there.
Yeah, we added 12 serrano peppers and 3 more habaneros, solely because my neighbor came by and said he had some peppers for me, so we put them in the pot.
Sweet. They smell delicious, man. Hey, and my buddy James is here too.
How's it going?
Jimmy
Back
Whiskers.
on camera.
Jimmy Whiskers. The point of the lemon is really to kind of, you know, take a little bit of that flavor that the salt overbears and bring it back out. So like,
It gives it a sweet.
not a sweet, but it kind of separates the different flavors. Like you get the smoked paprika, you get the cumin, you get the garlic, you get all the ingredients. Whereas when you heavily salted, all you get is salt.
Right.
So the lemon kind of balances it out.
Okay. So it adds a balance to cut the salt down to make
Yeah.
it a better flavor.
Exactly, like so you can actually taste it.
Okay. So it's gonna enhance the flavor instead of give it a citrus flavor.
Exactly, it won't taste
Nice,
like
nice.
lemons. It'll have an actual developed flavor to it. It kind of helps with the whole thing good. Oh, and I added that.
Okay, is that a Zatarain season packet?
Yep, that right there is a Zatarain crab bowl packet. I found it in the closet.
Look, man, I'm gonna go crack a shell on you, man. Let me crack a shell for you.
Hot.
All right, so I'm gonna crack me a shell. It's gonna be the first one. We're gonna test that developed flavor out. Boy, this is hot.
Look at the skin on it.
Temperature or spice?
Temperature.
How are they?
That's good, man. The flavor is it's deep. It's like the whole nut is in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you go to Tom Thumb and you get you one and it's all it is just juice flavor and just straight salt water. You know what I mean? It's not like that.
It don't taste like salty balls. It tastes like gourmet peanuts.
Tap it over. Alright.
Notice how the skin is still on the nut
Yes.
and that the nut separated from the shell easily.
Right.
That's what you call properly cooked peanut.
Okay.
Right there, bud.
Now, can you explain what you do after you get done boiling it?
When I get done boiling it, that's what we like to call the resting period. So we're gonna turn the heat off, we're gonna put the bricks on the lid, and we're gonna let them rest. And
How
once overnight.
Overnight?
Yeah, usually sometimes 8, maybe 12 hours. Just depends on how I'm feeling, how the schedule works out that day. It's not necessarily an art. The main thing is you want to get them from hot to about room temp. Well, you know, it's August around here, so that's going to be 95 degrees.
Okay.
Once that cooling process happens, the expansion, when they heat it up, is now reversed and they contract and they soak up all that flavor. The soaking technique is a little bit of a spin-off of a crawfish technique, and a little bit of my own spitballing, because this is only the second time I've ever done this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I've made about 1 million in my crock pot. This is my turkey fryer.
Okay. And with the crawfish, you're talking about after you cook them, you blanch them with ice in the water so that cools them quickly to absorb it, correct?
Precisely, but we're not going to do that extreme with this. We're just going to let it cool down.
Okay.
Because these, you're not worried about overcooking. Crawfish, very, very, very exact.
Small window.
To me, very exact and small window of
Cooked and
opportunity.
Yeah, gotcha.
Very small window of opportunity to actually cook them right where they don't stick to the shell and they're not rubbery. These are good.
Yeah.
And the longer they sit, the more they're going to taste.
Okay.
Delicious.
What do you chase that with there, Zach?
Escapist.
Miller Lite, Coors Light, Busch Light, bourbon.
Good.
I'm easy.
So how spicy do you think they'll get if you let them sit for 8? You think it'll go?
How do you think they're going to turn out?
How long do you have to let them get to get real spicy?
All right, hold on.
We gotta both be close, so we get real close.
Okay.
Alright. So the longer you let it sit, the spicier they get?
Yeah, it really depends. I mean, flavor gets absorbed the longer you let them sit, but you don't want to let them sit too long because people can be persnickety with their peanuts, and you know, something's not sitting out or covered in soap or vacuum sealed or Americanized, it might have the boogeyman inside of it, you know? Now me and Jimmy Whiskers are gonna put the lid on this sucker. We're gonna put a bush to hold it there and 2 bricks. I'm gonna turn this heat off, and this is where they really get the flavor. They're gonna sit here overnight, cool off slowly, and absorb all the goodness.
So tomorrow morning you'll come out here and take it off, and they'll be ready to go.
Yep.
You can divvy them up into bags or containers and
They'll
give
be
them to all
ready.
your friends.
They'll
Family.
be ready all day. You can come by at any point. If this video is already edited, check on Zach's followers and have 10,000 people in my front yard. Come on down.
I wish. Hey, but until then, we're gonna just eat on all these right here.
These are the pre-boiled ones. These are the fruits of our labor. You know, because we can't wait another 12 hours for these delicious southern caviar.
Hey man, it's just good. Where you're looking.
You can't come on this.
Yeah. You gotta stay on the road, bro.
Give me that. I'll hold this. You can't hold on to this and get on.
All right. Well, I will in a second. I'm probably gonna eat shit, dude.
Nah, you'll be